we journey to the realm of Masters of the Universe, how about we unlock another mystery of the universe? What will the next figure 8 reveal be? I feel like those of you that have been watching the stream all day today probably know where I'm going with this. You'll probably know maybe the realm that this figure will be from. Dun, da, da. If you guessed Masters of the Universe as the figure 8 collectible that we'd be unboxing next, you would be correct. There it is. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Masters of the Universe figure 8 collectible. All right, there we go. Ooh, this is really fun. This is really fun. I'm a Motu fan from way back, so I'm with everybody in chat who's super stoked about this. As a kid, I was especially a big fan of She-Ra. And speaking of which, what's a girl got to do to get a cape or a sword of protection around here, right? Ooh, okay. All right, thank you. Chat, I feel like I should put this on now. Should I put this on now? Let's do it. I hope I don't mess up my microphone. We'll see how it goes. But I mean, I asked for it. I made the joke. I brought this on myself right now. Got it. Okay, here we go. Glasses back on so that I can see. Hey, not too shabby, right? So I had tons of the classic toys back in the 90s, and now my son has gotten into the new series and really loves the book lore that was released, so we're a very pro Motu family. But here we go. This is the figure 8 collectible. I love the hero and villain dichotomy that's happening here on the figure 8. Very nice. I like the split down the middle here as well. And that continues. So, I mean, that split is on the body style here too, maximizing the hero and the villain aspect of it, and even on the back here too. So the design for the Masters of the Universe figure 8 was done by Sam Pack. I'm going to go ahead and set this right back down here. That was done by Sam Pack, and this is what he said about the creative process. The inspiration for my design came from the form factor of the figures itself. The hoodie collar looks like armor and led me to create this battle armor. Now, He-Man versus Skeletor is the battle armor. I wanted to showcase good and evil and capture the hero versus villain play that is so much a part of the heritage of Masters of the Universe. So there we have it. By the power of Grayskull, I am Trisha! I'm sorry, I've been really excited for the Motu segment all day. And it's time to ask this mighty figure 8 my next question. Get ready, because it's a doozy. Will 2024 be my hero or villain era? Let's see. Without a doubt. You know, I feel like that really says it all. We're all heroes. We're all villains. It will be both my hero and villain era. And most importantly, so many of us watching right now are fans, and Motu fans specifically. Also, for those of you in chat, are you Team He-Man or Team Skeletor? Please let me know in the chat. I think it's probably pretty obvious which team I rep right now. Yeah, take a look at this cape. Thank you for hooking it up, everybody. This is great. This is great. So while I think about that truth bomb that the figure 8 just gave me, let's look into the fate of Masters of the Universe. Joining us is Zara, a true Masters of the Universe expert. So Zara, welcome to the stream today.
Hello, Motu family. Hello, Trish, yes. Or should I say Trishator?
Trishator. I love it.
The cape.
I love it. It's perfect. Thank you.
Of course.
Zara, what can Motu fans look forward to this year?
Oh my gosh, Trisha, they can look forward to the entire universe. In all seriousness, it's going to be an incredible year for Motu. We are talking Revolution figures in Masterverse alongside our super popular New Eternia series. Also, I know you've been watching with your son, but fans, if you have not checked out the new Revolution series on Netflix, please do. Do yourself a favor. It is epic. Going back to product, for Origins, we're taking it back to the screen with Cartoon Collection as our new theme. So this comes with new packaging and new accessories right from the Filmation show. And then for us old school fans out there, we are continuing to deliver Mattel Creation vintage exclusives right here.
Yes, right here through Mattel Creation.
Absolutely. And then, last but not least, I'm not done. I'm rolling up my sleeves. We also have a tubular collaboration with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in our mashup line, Turtles of Grayskull. It's truly a dream come true for anyone who grew up in the 80s.
Hold on, back that up for a second. Turtles of Grayskull collaboration. Cowabunga. I'm so excited. I feel like my childhood just got all mashed together there in one collab. That's so fun. Well, thank you, Zara.
Of course.
I can't wait to hear more about that a little bit later when you come back. So thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, absolutely. But first, let's dive into Eternia and introduce two more experts. So thank you, Zara. We'll see you in just a little bit. Roy and Damon, come on out here. Come on out here, friends. So welcome Roy and Damon to the stream. Roy, can you kick us off? Tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do at Mattel.
Yes, hi, I'm Roy Juarez, and I'm the key lead packaging designer on Masters of the Universe.
Awesome. And Damon?
And I am Damon Nee. I am Senior Director of Action Figure Design.
Welcome back, Damon.
Thank you. Changed my shirt in case you didn't recognize me.
You know what? Hey, I love the wardrobe change. Roy, a little bird told me that there's some new packaging for Masterverse.
Yes, that's correct. Actually, we do have new packaging for Masterverse. We have this new Masterverse packaging. We redesigned it with the modern collector in mind. The new packaging features beautiful artwork on the front that complements the character story and allows in-package collectors to display packaging front view or spine. The artwork on the side panels highlight different accessories and alternate looks. On the back of the box, we feature glam shots and insets of the product to emphasize accessories and product details.
Love it. Okay, now Damon, what's the scoop on the cartoon collection for the Masters of the Universe Origins fans this year?
Yeah, okay, so for Cartoon Collection, we're taking the Origin system of play, and we're transitioning from the vintage-inspired styling to a more cartoon content-inspired aesthetic. So the action figures' proportions, their posture, and their likenesses are all derived directly from the animation. So this gives us a fresh new look while ensuring that these figures can stand alongside and play along with our vintage-styled figures.
Okay. And if that weren't enough, there's even more. We're making a quick detour to get an exclusive look inside the incredible work of these stunt puppets. So dim your lights at home and let's go behind the curtains of the world premiere of Pearl of Power, brought to you by Cartoon Collection. Stay tuned, fans. We'll be revealing the fall 2024 Mattel Creations exclusives right after this video, along with a conversation with the designers. You will not want to miss it. But first, Pearl of Power. Let's watch.
Hi everyone, I'm Roy Juarez, and I'm the key lead packaging designer on Masters of the Universe.
Hey everybody, I'm Sam Pack, Senior Designer on Masters of the Universe.
I'm Shel Wagner-Rosh,
I'm Justin Rosh.
and we are
Stunt Puppet Pictures.
Hey everyone, I'm Josh Graham. I'm brand manager for Masters of the Universe.
I am a huge fan of Masters of the Universe, Motu, and I grew up watching it, I grew up playing with it. It was the perfect age to kind of catch that barbarian craze that was happening back in the late 70s, early 80s.
Growing up, me and my older brother watched a lot of Saturday morning cartoons, and He-Man was definitely one of the tops for us.
I did watch He-Man when I was a kid. I remember just, once school let out, just running home as fast as I can to try to catch that intro.
I had never seen figures that looked like that. That's one of the things I loved about them. They were these ridiculously buff, really fun names for all these weirdo characters. And it just, stole my heart. I loved it. I loved everything about it.
I would bring my characters, they would bring their figures, and then together, we would have like this awesome world, of these collected figures, and then we would just play like endlessly.
I remember when we started this brand and we relaunched, we added this articulation, we updated some designs and stuff like that on the product side, but our goal at the end of the day was we wanted your figures to do what you imagined they could do when you were a kid. So I actually had a friend who had worked with them previously for some stuff they'd done in video games. He shared the work with me and I saw it for the first time and I was blown away. The level of detail that they brought into their work was sensational.
We focus on stop motion animation. Now we're working on...
Yes, toys have been very big for our company, and for me as a toy lover, this has been a match made in heaven.
I absolutely fell in love with their work when I saw that first video, and I recall He-Man does a backflip and he lands, and you could see the dust come out from his landing.
After I watched the first He-Man video, I was just amazed and so happy to have them involved with our brand.
The magic that came out of this really was amazing.
When I saw that video for the first time, I thought it was just super cool just seeing that.
It was action-packed, it was fun, it was funny.
Taking me back to my childhood when I was playing with the He-Man toys, you know, and then just all those funny voices that you would create, you know, or that you would give your figures.
Castle Grayskull will be mine!
Not as long as I got my powers, or... Huh? Where's my sword?
My dad also, you know, he would see me in the backyard playing with my figures. He would join me, and we would both play with them.
It had that piece that kind of pulled on the heartstrings a little bit, that made you remember what it was like being a kid playing with toys.
I got the feels, right? Because it's passing the sword to a new generation, not only for the fans from generation to generation, but even on our side, all the guys that started Masters back in the 80s, it kind of felt like, you know, we're the new ambassadors of this brand.
So how do we make our stories?
So Mattel will give us characters to work with and a theme, and then we will create a few different story ideas to pitch to them. And once they sign off on one of the ideas, then we start making an animatic so we can work out all of our camera angles and kind of choreograph the overall version of the short.
And for those of you that don't know what an animatic is, it's basically a movie with real cuts and real angles and choices that are going to illustrate the story. So we're able to show that with Mattel, a figure-based animatic, and then we're also able to use that as the basis for when we go down to our main studio where we actually act out all of the action.
What stood out to me about their work is just the fluidity of their puppets and how they articulate the action figures to make it look real. The choreography is amazing. They just move so naturally how any actor in a film would. And what I find amazing is that they actually act out the choreography. And I think that really shows when the figures are fighting each other, because it just looks like an action film, right? Choreographed by real actors.
We really like to choreograph our shorts. So I have a background in choreography and Justin has a background in stunts, and we met playing with each other. We like to play.
Yeah.
Moving is really important to us. So the choreography is not the challenge for us. That's the fun part, where we just get to go down and choose your weapon.
Choreographing anything from storyboards to camera movement to everything we do at Stunt Puppet Pictures, right? Like that's our name. It's like action choreography or action filmmaking. We have so much inspiration in things we physically do, from martial arts, rock climbing, you know, skateboarding, BMX, all the stuff that we do, parkour, and we incorporate it into our films. And then it's really exciting to not only have us involved, but we're getting our neighbors involved. We're getting like friends that we find delivering mail, anyone we can help us.
Will you just put on this blue shirt and be Skeletor for a moment? We need
You're a
someone
new
to push
employee. Come on, you're Trapjaw. Let's do this, right? Like it's really fun to get everyone involved because it's play, right? And that's one of the most exciting things about, for me as an animator, filmmaker, is we play when we make our films. We're playing when we're designing our films. I'm literally playing with Motu toys. Like, it's an incredible gift, and I feel super grateful. And it's hard work. Don't let us. It's
well,
hard
we also
work.
we actually
but we
enjoy
really
hard
enjoy
work.
it. Yes, yes. And while we act out all of the action, we're able to get a much better view of how long it's going to take, you know, seconds-wise to animate. What the action is going to be is much easier to communicate with Mattel than just the figures going clash, clash, or something like that.
They need to really sign off on our animatic so that once we start animating, we can animate straight through. There's not time generally to go back and change.
Yeah, it's a pretty high stakes field of animation, as far as like what you get is kind of what you get. And the more clear we are at communicating what our intentions are for the film and how it's going to feel by doing it in live action, the clearer everybody is on what we're going to get.
Seeing these new figures that we designed coming to life in these stunt puppet videos are amazing. They really show off the articulation, the updates that we've made, what our figures can really do.
I've seen how they take the artwork from the packaging, you know, and the thing is that with packaging, you know, we just create this moment, this one moment in time, right? But it seems like stunt puppets, what they do is they take that one moment and then they just bring it to life.
You know, the world of Eternia is so vast. There's so many settings, there's so many battlegrounds and places to explore. I think stunt puppets did a really amazing job kind of going to different places. We see dungeons, we see Snake Mountain.
Here's an example of a finished set. The camera's all set up for our first shot, so you're getting a sneak peek of our next short here. Looks like Skeletor is up to no good. He asked me if I would make some bricks for the background, and I made some bricks. I'm like, well, what if I put a building? And then what if I made a little sidewalk? And what would make a good road? And my puzzle brain got so fired up that now I make sets.
Now she can make anything.
For a living.
Yeah, pretty wild.
I like this environment because it is a cave that is also a dragon's mouth. This is one of the things I love about Eternia because there's just so many fun places. There's swamps and deserts and forests and castles and caves that look like dragon's mouths. Here's a set that's in progress. So once I have my sky and my ground plane and my basic structures, I can start adding in special elements, like in this case, boulders. When you throw a boulder in stop motion, it has to have a rig so the animator can move it frame by frame a little bit at a time. And if someone were to actually punch the boulder and the boulder would fall apart into a lot of different pieces, then every piece would need a rig so that they can animate all the pieces flying. So James Duffy, who's an amazing fabricator, has made a lot of beautiful boulders for me here. And we're ready to get them on the set and start pulling everything together really soon.
Me and Shelly have choreographed it. We have a scene. It's been cast out to whichever animator here at Stunt Puppet Pictures is going to do it. And we now have to go in and problem solve on how we're going to photograph these characters, 24 photos per second of animation. I'll be going in and I'll pose the figure, move it a little bit, take a picture. Move the pose a little bit more, move this guy a little bit more, take a picture. And if you've done it well, it has the illusion of life. It has the illusion of power, physics, gravity, breath. And that's one of the most thrilling parts of the process for me as an animator, is bringing these guys to life.
Is stop motion challenging? Yes. There's so many challenges. In fact, all of stop motion is a challenge. And so if you don't have a puzzle brain, then it's not going to be very fun. But if you have a puzzle brain like we have, then it's just so fun to dig into these challenges and find solutions.
Yeah, in every short we've created, you know, like if it's a porthole, or if it's a quicksand trap, or the interior of a castle, or all of the many, many, many things. That how do you make He-Man stick to Battle Cat when you're animating
How do you
him?
make He-Man reach his shoulder behind
Right.
his sword behind his back when his shoulder has a
When his
limited range of
biceps are
motion?
so huge.
It's a very big
It's
muscle.
really hard sometimes to reach things, right? And you know, we shoot at 24 frames per second, so there's a lot of pictures that you have to take.
That's 1,500 pictures for every short we make.
Yep, and that's if it works out. That's the other thing too, is we try to do things that are a little bit better than your average bear, right? Like we're trying to really make these things live and breathe and not just feel like toys, but the illusion of life. So we're really, really working hard. And if it's an unacceptable shot, we're doing it again. We're gonna go back and shoot it again.
You see how these characters might move and act and fight and defend each other in ways that was always in your imagination.
The flashes on the swords when they clash, the sound effects, it's all amazing.
Give it to our sound guy, Emmanuel Ferran. And what he does is he adds on all of the impacts and Foley and mixes the music together to really bring it to life. So every filmmaker knows the second you get those impacts and those emotional beats in there, your film improves 1,000,000%.
What's been incredible is that every time we challenge them with something new, whether it's a more complex story or new characters or a bigger fight scene, they've really risen to the challenge. We've been doing it for 5 years now. And so I'm so excited for the next stage of what they're able to produce.
wait to see what Stun Puppets does with the cartoon collection figures because we've all seen the show, we've all seen the cartoons, but having them as stop motion animations, it elevates it a whole other level because it's actually using the figures. It shows off the articulation, shows off what our figures can do.
So right now I've been working on the cartoon collection, artwork and packaging. It's been fun, especially because they come with these really specific accessories that ties back to content.
And so for this year, we are really excited to bring Stun Puppets back in to work with us on Cartoon Collection, our newest part of Origins. And I am so excited to introduce to you guys the world premiere of our first video this year, Pearl of Power.
Wasn't that Stun Puppets cartoon collection video so good? I'm in love with it. All right, all right. Get ready for a Mattel Creations exclusive drop, and who better to give you all the details than Roy and Damon and Zara. Okay, so Roy and Damon, spill it. Who's the star of the show in this exclusive?
All right, get ready, guys, because Cyclone is making his grand entrance, and this guy is a force of nature. He was a star player in the Vintage line, and we teased him at Comic-Con last year, and fans were really, really excited for the reveal.
Awesome. Masters of the Universe fans, click on the side of the stream on Cyclone, and you can check out all the details up close at MattelCreations.com and purchase your own without leaving the live stream. You can even get one of those super cool Masters of the Universe t-shirts you're seeing modeled right now. Yeah, I know, Damon, you've got yours on too, looking good. Okay, Damon, give us the lowdown on this character. For anyone who might be watching that might be unfamiliar with Cyclone, powers heroic and evil. Should you tell them or should I? You should, take it.
Okay, well, Cyclone is a powerhouse, and like we mentioned, he is a force of nature. He fights for Eternia alongside He-Man, so that makes him a hero. And he has the ability to generate cyclones, hence his name. And we're bringing this guy to life with some awesome, iconic product features. All right, so first off, he does have the standard Motu Origins articulation, so he's really well articulated. He comes with these two interchangeable Cyclone hands. He has this mechanical wing attachment here. He has an incredible lenticular chest armor. And to activate his spinning attack, you need to unlock his mechanism, turn the dial on his belt. Oh, let me get his hands up. And then he can spin into battle. So this mechanism allows us to maintain the waist articulation for posability, but then also have a really great way to activate the battle attack.
Yeah, and those wings, they can be full up and down or full horizontal, right?
Yeah, so you have two positions for how they pose on the figure, but there's also two positions on the back in which they can lock in.
Nice. All right, that's super cool. Thank you for showing us that, Damon. And Roy, what should we expect on Cyclone's packaging? And is there any new artwork we can look forward to?
Yeah, most definitely. So for Cyclone's packaging, it's truly a work of art in itself. Paying homage to the character significance, we got some jaw-dropping artwork to show you, and the fans are just going to love this here. Ooh. So we can see at the actual packaging here that we have on display here, the artwork on the front of the box is actually inspired by the Hordes of Hordak mini comic book. You can see right here in the background, we have a Hurricane Hordak there. He's mass producing Horde troopers. And then we just have our awesome hero right here, Cyclone with this hurricane effects, just knocking down every Horde trooper that comes his way. And then as we spin the packaging around, we feature this beautiful artwork that covers the entire back panel. The artwork itself is a homage to the great master Earl Norham, one of the paintings he did. He featured actually He-Man fighting that dragon snake creature that you see inside the cave, but we swapped him out for Cyclone so that he's the protagonist here in this artwork. And then we always know when there's Cyclone in the artwork, Mossman's never too far behind.
That artwork looks incredible. I agree with Mad Tinker Gnome in chat that says that artwork is intense. This is awesome. Motu fans right now in chat, we see you sharing the love. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing the love for Cyclone in particular. And we love to see it, and we're feeling inspired by your passion. So stay tuned for even more surprises. Now, Zara, can you give us a sneak peek into who else might be joining the party in 2024?
Oh, we are giving everyone an invitation. Everyone is joining the party, Trisha. On Origins, we have tons more core and deluxe exclusives still to come. You guys rock, because RockOn already sold out last month, but you can expect Extendar to come out this summer. And then we have Night Stalker, Demo Man, and Geldor all joining us for the back half of the year. Demo Man and Geldor, they're both core scale Origins figures, and I'm gonna geek out for a second because I'm so excited. We are finally bringing Demo Man into our line. First of all, this was actually one of the early concept designs for Skeletor himself, and the lore is really fascinating, right? Because in classics, you see the story play out. Hordak merges Keldor with Demo Man to actually transform him into the overlord of evil.
Yes.
Increased abilities. I mean, this is one bad demon. I'm going to pass it over to one bad Damon to tell us more.
All right, guys, so here is Demo Man, and he's in his tattered tunic, in his battle-worn armor. He has his scabbard and his Morning Star. And as I mentioned, this was the original design for Skeletor, so we're including a swappable Skeletor head, as well as this helmed skull, which was an homage back to the original art from Mark Keller's work.
Nice.
If that still leaves you despondos, we also have Geldor joining the fold. He is one of my personal favorites on Mattel Creations this year. I don't know why he was obsessed with immortality, because he is the George Clooney of the Motu line. Sorry, King Randor.
I'll take that, yeah. Officially now, George Clooney of the Motu line.
You heard it here first. The evil barbarian first appeared in the original 80s mini-comics, and he was obsessed with finding the secret liquid of life, becoming more powerful than He-Man. But it's our boy He-Man, so obviously he defeats Geldor in battle, shatters the liquid, and this giant tree essentially ate Geldor up.
Yep.
Talk about a tree of life.
For sure.
Geldor's fate remained the same in his appearance in classics, but he's a true warrior. I love this figure so much. Damon, tell the people more.
Oh, happy to do so. So here's Geldor in his crimson armor. We are including his giant cleaver of an axe that can store on his back. He also comes with 2 additional axes that can combine to become one gigantic weapon. And he also comes with a shield to make sure that this guy is more than a match for He-Man.
Awesome. Thank you, Damon. So then as we shift gears to Masterverse, we launched our new Eternia Snout Spout earlier this year. It is oversized, and honestly, I hope people love the articulated hose nose as much as I do. It's amazing. We do have one more item we're introducing in fall, which is an oversized new Eternia Horde Trooper, because who doesn't want supersized army of robot foot soldiers? He's absolutely massive, standing at 8 inches. He has tons of removable limbs and parts, and a little Easter egg surprise underneath the helmet.
Ooh. All right. Well, I love this, and my eye is drawn to the packaging. So, Roy, what can fans expect in terms of packaging for the Mattel Creations exclusives this year?
Yeah, so we are very happy to share that through packaging innovations, no plastic is used in the Mattel Creations Masters of the Universe collectibles. We're also talking about pizza box inspired designs, more stunning artwork, and a trifold display card. All the details all the details that are going to take your Masterverse collection to a whole new level. And we actually have a little surprise here for everyone.
Ooh, we love surprises.
So we actually comped this package here in-house just to have it ready for everyone to be able to view it today. So here we have our Masterverse packaging for the new Eternia Horde Trooper. As you can see here, the artwork on the front, we have this beautiful large portrait of the Horde Trooper there. And then at the bottom, you see this epic battle happening between the Horde Troopers and the Eternian Guards. As we turn around the packaging here, we see his alternate look where he comes with his removable helmet, so we get a look at what that head sculpt looks like. It's very cool. And then we have additional Horde Troopers there in the back with the extra accessories that come with him. But that's not all. We actually open up the packaging here, and as we do that, we have this beautiful Horde logo here on the inner flap there, and then we have this trifold card that's basically a zoomed out version of the artwork from the front. So once we remove that, this actually becomes a diorama piece. It's double-sided printing, so the front right here, like I said, it's that artwork that we saw in the front, but full artwork there. And as we turn that around, we have this beautiful diorama. Ooh. And that's a nice view of what's it called?
Fright Zone.
Thank you. Thank you, the Doom Tower there too. And then, if we see inside here, we have the Horde Trooper there packed out. And you can see this guy is really, really massive. As you can tell, he really takes up, most of the package right there. So really, really cool figure. Super excited about this guy here.
Awesome, and I love the different display options too. Having the double-sided print on that's really nice. So for everyone who wants to display on a shelf, maybe with a little pin light, you've got a lot of options, which is cool. So thank you for sharing that. And for Zara, is there anything else that Motu fans should be on the lookout for?
No, of course, absolutely. We have so much still in store. Brace yourself. We've got something big, massive on the horizon. Keep your eyes out for the Snake Lair crowdfund.
Ooh.
Details coming soon.
See what you did there.
And as always, we love talking to our fans. So if you're planning on attending San Diego Comic-Con this year, please stop by the Motu booth, say hi, check out our latest product. For a lot of us, and I know I speak for Damon and Roy, this is our favorite part of the job because we get to geek out with Motu fans and talk about the product we make. Come over because we also have tons of reveals and an exclusive that will not disappoint.
Okay, and all that's at Comic-Con, right?
All of it.
Love it. Noted. Now, before we answer your questions, we've been gathering a ton of them, so thank you so much for your questions. Before we answer your questions, we've got a question for you, a little trivia question just to get the conversation going. What was the first Filmation episode that Cyclone appeared in? I feel like this is a really hard question.
Yeah, no softballs here.
No softballs for Motu. What was the first episode? If you know the episode number and or the episode name, I feel like we'll take either. I see someone guess 6. Oh, somebody got it! Somebody got it! I saw it! It was going really fast, but I did see,
Yep.
There you go.
Amused Potato. It's Here, There, Skeletors Everywhere, episode 116. So congratulations, probably more people than Amused Potato got it, but anyone that answered, all the imaginary internet points and internet cred to you for answering. So thank you. Good job, everyone. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to dive right into your questions because there's so many. Tellez Ramon said, are any more Horde members going to enter the Masterverse line or Origins?
No.
I mean,
well, we've seen this lovely figure.
No, beyond that, we love the Horde faction, some of my favorite characters. So we do have a catalog dropping on Tuesdays if you check out @Masters on our Instagram channel, and you may just find some more reveals in for the fall items.
Okay, so that gives us another place. So San Diego Comic-Con and there. Okay, great.
Got
Two
it
places to check. Love it. Take Action Figures says, is there still a chance we will see the other options from the Creations fan vote get made?
You know, that's a great question. First of all, thank you guys for the engagement. We loved seeing all the votes come in to decide on Eternia's Choice. Mm-hmm. I think for all of us, those are such iconic items, and we're always looking for ways we can bring them out, whether it's through crowdfunds, creations, or just retail placements. Mm-hmm. Never say never is what I would say.
Okay. Matt Anderson, 39, says, how do you decide which characters get the new Eternia makeovers?
Well, it's a tough process because we have so many characters that we love and so many characters we want to see some new interpretations of. It's a long vetting process within the team. It's a team effort. The team is full of passionate fans themselves, and so it's a collaborative effort of identifying who is next to be featured into New Eternia.
Okay, thank you for that. It looks like Ian Stello says, is Masterverse Panther a possibility?
You know, our social media Where's Panther campaign showed us all the love you guys have for Panther, and we've obviously done Battle Cat, so we kind of need the opposite. Again, I would say never say never.
Never say never. Okay, great. Kyle Butler, 2021, says, will you be incorporating any other concept art or vehicles that never got made in the 80s?
Yeah, well, I want to say absolutely, but we have giant lists of characters and vehicles and accessories that we want to get to. It's a matter of when is kind of what I guess is the real answer, is when can we get to them. So more to come, nothing to announce right now, but yes, there's such depth and wealth in this brand, and we want to get to it all.
Awesome, thank you for answering. Sasha Vogue, I hope I said your name correctly, said, will all remaining Motu vintage figures come to Origins?
Yes, I can say that when we first started Origins, part of the promise we wanted to make to all the collectors was that we will complete the vintage line. So continue to check out Mattel Creations because we are planning to deliver the rest of vintage to you guys.
Woo! All right. P. Varn says, when do we get Man of War action figure?
Ooh, I would say, again, check out @Masters on Instagram. Tuesday, we have our catalog drop, and you can see what's coming in fall.
Okay. I love that you're like...
I'm leaving a little bit of suspense.
Yes, there's a little mystery, but also, like...
You won't be disappointed, maybe.
There it is. Hey! All right, let's see what else we have. I think we have time for just a couple more. Love Chio Thomas, I believe is your name, says, will we see Revolution characters in Origins, maybe besides King Grayskull or asides King Grayskull?
Yeah, the hope is to get to all the content that has been out there. That is the goal. And it's just, again, going back to it's a matter of when. And we're talking about that breadth and depth. There's so many giant chapters of storytelling that we want to reintroduce through Origins. It's just give us the opportunity, the time to get to it all.
Okay, perfect. And I think one more question we can take that we have time for. Penny in My Chest says, are there more figures for the Stranger Things collaborations?
Ooh, you almost know what I'm going to say. I'm going to say we have a fall catalog. Turn it upside down, turn it backside up. With a little Easter egg hint for maybe what you can expect.
Okay, there it is. Well, thank you all so much for your questions, everybody. And thank you, team, for answering them for us. You're amazing. Now, Motu fans, we do have one last surprise for you. Ooh. Kyle Butler, 2021, from Instagram. We hope you enjoy your thank you gift. This amazing Cyclone figure signed by the design and packaging team. We loved all the hype that you gave Cyclone on socials. Thank you so much. So thank you to you. Thank you to all the Motu fans watching who are staying active in the chat. We see you and we appreciate you. Now, for those of you just joining us, Motu fans just got an exclusive first look at the incredible Cyclone, which you can click below for more details or to the side for more details and to purchase your own. And that's it. So there you have it. Again, a big thank you to Roy, Damon, and Zara. You've been amazing.
Thanks for having us.
Joining us today. Anytime. Come back anytime on the stream. Thank you for unveiling all the surprises that we have in store this year. Now, another heroic day thanks to Mattel Creations and the exclusives in 2024. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having us.
Bye.